Heavy flooding is not the only concern that we've got to worry about here in Northeast Florida if Ian dumps a lot of rain.
Yeah, if you live close to a creek or a river, you may also have to deal with wildlife that may get washed onto your property or your community. News4JAX reporter Eric Avenier joins us live from New Rose Creek in Lakewood to explain. Eric.
Yeah, this creek, which runs behind a lot of homes here in Lakewood, is known to have quite a few alligators. And unfortunately, if a hurricane were to cause this creek to overflow, guess what? Those alligators become displaced and they end up out in the community. We all remember the snake and alligator sightings along Ken Knight Drive after the Ribault River overflowed during Hurricane Irma in 2017. How many alligators have you seen so far?
3 so far.
How big would you say?
Ooh. The biggest one I seen, I would give him about 6 foot. They had a 4-foot one up there in the front.
5 years later, folks here are still talking about the sight of wildlife from the river that washed onto their front yards.
The alligators all up and down here in the yards. Kids can't even come outside, of course, because of the water, but even after the water was gone, you were scared to let your kids come outside.
In Lakewood, many people live along the New Rose Creek, which is known to overflow at certain locations during really heavy rainfall. Neighbors say there are multiple alligators here in New Rose Creek, and I'm told that the largest may in fact be 7 feet long. Reed Folkers is one of the neighbors who lives here along the creek. He's from New York, and Hurricane Ian will be his first Florida hurricane experience. He says gators are a common sight in the creek, so when it comes to the potential of rising waters easing a gator's ability to get over this embankment,
the biggest concerns for the kids in the neighborhood. The apartments right across the street here, we have kids that play in the roads all the time, and we actually have a fair amount of people that fish out here as well. And so the biggest concern is for people that are just out and going to be actually interacting with them.
Well, we all see alligators. We see
John Brugan is the director of the St. Augustine Alligator Farm. He says it's normal for alligators to get washed into a community during a hurricane or tropical storm.
The animals are just as displaced as the people. I mean, when that flooding occurs, they kind of get washed out of areas that they have inhabited maybe for years.
Brugan says when that happens, alligators become disoriented in new settings such as a neighborhood. He also says they can be just as afraid of people as people can be afraid of them, and that's when they can become dangerous in new surroundings.
They just don't know where to retreat to. So, you know, imagine you just got put in a whole new spot and something's coming at you. You don't know where you're at and what to do. And so, yeah, they can react more defensively or more aggressively in that environment.
Now, the expert I spoke with says this is why you do not try to get close to a gator that has been washed to shore, that you don't get close to it to try and take a picture of it up close, and you certainly don't go walking through floodwaters because there could be a gator in that floodwater, and the last thing he says you want to do is aggravate that gator, scare it, and make it become aggressive. Reporting live, Eric Avenier, Channel 4, the local station.